a one-night camping trip, and I don't do this very often, so it's a little bit of a trial run. There's some things that I probably do differently, and we're gonna find out what those things are. But I wanted to show you guys what I'm packing for a one-night camping trip and maybe give you guys some ideas. And I will let you know at the end of the trip what I missed and what I brought and what I'm glad I didn't bring, or anyway, you get the point. So I wanted to walk you through everything I packed and show you what's in my trailer. Alright, so first what we've got here to the left is I've got feed pans, and I've got water buckets, and I've got a big muck bucket. And then this is a Smart Pack supplement box, but I have all the horses' feed in there since they just get some ration balancer and some supplements. There's not much to bring, and I've got a shovel and some bedding. I'm not going to use the bedding, but the bedding just stays in there to go inside the trailer if I need to. I've got bucket hooks and everything, and that's all inside the collapsible tack room in the back. Now I've got some alfalfa little nets that I'm going to use for during trailering. Then up there I've got all of the hay bags that I'll be using during our trip and some extra hay to the right. And since it's only one night, that's plenty, but you know, if we were going for more nights, we'd bring more. And I'm going to actually secure this hay so that it doesn't slide during travel, but that's where I've got it right now. That front stall, I like to not put horses in unless I have to, because it's just a big door that opens rather than just a window. So the horses are like, they either have to have the door closed and don't get that open window, or they try and leave out the door. So I try and keep that I put that for storage when I can. Now let's go to the tack room. Alright, so in the tack room, it's not as organized as I would usually have it because I'm rushed and this was a last minute trip. But you can see we've got cinches and breast collars and saddle packs, and we've got saddles, saddle pads up there. We've got headstalls and bitlesses and extra halters here. And then that's one of my targets I'm bringing for just in case. In the back there I've got paper towels, extra things that we need. I've got hoof boots, my boots, grooming supplies. I've got camping chairs, and we've got a light, let's see, what else? Lantern, that's what that's called. Then I've got some treats here, and I've got some extra things just in case, some medical stuff like vet wrap and some gauze, things like that, just in case, and some treats. And I've got more targets here that I will use probably. I've got extra water back here. We've got ropes and gloves and all kinds of things there. We've got sleeping bags and tents. And then we've got a cooler that is full of food and water and iced tea. Gotta have that iced tea. But that is what is in my tack room. Alright, so in the truck, I don't have a whole lot except for my stuff. I have my clothes, things like that, but that's about all I got in there. And next, we're gonna put the horses in. Alright, so the girls and I are loaded up and we are heading out, and we will update you guys when we get there. And it's really windy. Hopefully that doesn't mess up our trip too much. And so yeah, we'll see you guys there. Hey guys, so we're driving currently to the camping place. So it's actually an interesting situation because it's kind of last minute. Today I actually planned on just taking River to go to a nearby recreational park where they allow horses, just to take her and walk her around and get her used to things. But then I texted my husband and was like, you know what? It's going to be beautiful this weekend. I've been wanting to do this for like ever. I can't even remember how long it's been. And I've always wanted to go camping with the horses, and I have traveled with them frequently, but I've never like taken them camping somewhere. So I was like, let's do this. Let's be spontaneous and let's do this. And we're not spontaneous people, so we're doing this. So we're actually going to a private property. It's not like a big public. We don't really have public land here, unfortunately. So when you go camping anywhere, you have to go very specific places, and not many places allow horses. So this is actually private property that we're being allowed to camp on. And so there's a couple of corrals there that I went and made sure they're all good and ready for horses. So we've arrived, but when I arrived, I found some friends that were not supposed to be on the property. So I am currently leading them with some alfalfa and a few pellets, like a mile to their home. They just graze the property when nobody's here. So, but Pumpkin's terrified of donkeys, and I don't know if or when or what their medical history is or anything about them, so I don't really for one night want to expose my horses to put them at risk like that. So I'm gonna make the walk, go move them back to their pen if they'll continue to follow me. Come on, guys, come on. They're really cute though. I want to take them home. Okay, so now I'm back, and this is where I'm going to be setting up, finally getting started with what I originally set out to, 2-mile walk before I could unload the horses. But we're back, we're gonna do this, and here we go. All right, guys, no trip with horses is without, I don't know what mishap, but the water line broke where we're supposed to be able to get water for the horses. Hindsight being 2020, should have brought water, but I thought for sure they wouldn't have a problem drinking this water because it's very close to home, same type of water. I just didn't think it'd be a problem, and I didn't think that we'd be dealing with broken pipes. So I'm having to like hand fill up their troughs. All right, I'll check back in later. All right, we're here. The horses are safe. Everything's good. They're all settled in, doing nicely, and I'm going to take a little break and get a little food in me. And then I'm not sure what we're going to do next. We did have a little trouble getting River out of the trailer. She did not want to back out, and I stupidly put her in the very last stall, which means there's no room for her to turn around. And so she had to back out, and that was totally my mistake. I did not set her up really well to be able to handle that. We've been practicing at home, but she's not been ready for that. And she's still been small enough to turn around, so I thought no big deal. That was just on me. That was a terrible mistake. So it did take quite a bit of coaxing, but we eventually got there. Well, we have another moment. There's not supposed to be any cattle on the property either. They were supposed to have been moved off, but you can't really see them from here. But they are back there. There's cattle. Yep, there you can see a little one. And Pumpkin and Tiger have met cattle before, but this little girl has not, so she's a little bit worried about them moving suspiciously off in the distance. There you can see them more now. And they've got long horns, which always worry me around horses. Alright, so it's getting to be dark. I'm not going to be able to take as much video because it's getting dark. But as you can see, the horses are all settled in their pens. I took Pumpkin down to the water. There's like a creek, and I took her in hand on her lead rope, and she did okay. She was a little bit anxious, a little bit worked up. Tiger kept calling for her. Actually, you can see here, Tiger actually moved her pen. It's all like catty corner. You can see how it's offset from the others because she moved it. So we'll work on that. Good girl. Unfortunately, I was hoping to do more today before it got dark, but we got here so late, and by the time by the time we penned up the cattle and the donkey and the pony and the whole water issue, it was just, anyway, we didn't get to do anything today, but it's okay. It's an adventure. So, and we're all settled for the night. My husband's getting the fire going, and we're gonna get ready to eat, and we're gonna have s'mores, and the horses are going to settle down and hopefully be a lot more relaxed tomorrow. All right. Good night, ponies. Oops, sorry, that's bright. Good night, Pumpkin.